Hi, my name is Danielle Watts and I'm a third year psychology student studying behaviour modification. Today I'm here to talk to you about reducing or quitting smoking by applying behaviour modification techniques. What we need you to do is firstly take a week to record what we call baseline data. In this week I need you to record the date, the time, your emotion before you decided to take a cigarette, what event occurred before you decided to take a cigarette. I also need you to recall how you felt after you had a cigarette and if any event occurred after you had a cigarette. During this week, what we'll be able to tell is if there are any prompts in your behaviour that increase the likelihood of you wanting a cigarette. What we are to do now are to brainstorm some techniques that will help you in order to reduce the likelihood of you wanting a cigarette for us to imply through your intervention phase. In order to do this, what we need to do are set goals for yourself which must be reachable. From your baseline data, you should be able to work out an average of how many cigarettes you smoke daily. I then want you to set achievable goals for your intervention, which should last approximately 4 weeks. For you to do this, it has to be a gradual decline. We need you to be able to cut down how many cigarettes you have gradually per day, and we need you to try and stick below that goal. In a recent intervention I did with a client, we managed over a 4-week intervention phase, including a 1-week baseline period, to reduce the amount of cigarettes he smoked by more than half. Once you've set your goals, we're ready to move into the intervention phase. For this client that I did an intervention with, we brainstormed some techniques that would help him. Through brainstorming, he found that fiddling with a paperclip was quite handy to take the need of holding a cigarette away from him. So you could try that and see if it helps. The other thing we tried in regards to oral stimulation is taking some chewing gum. If you just keep a packet of chewing gum in your pocket, every time you feel the need to taste a cigarette, just pop in a bit of chewing gum and see if that helps you. Some other techniques I brainstormed with my client happen to be things simple like smelly perfume off your wrist is another one. It's just trying to come up with things that can distract you from wanting to have a cigarette, basically. Another technique is also playing games on your phone. Most people these days have smartphones which have so many different applications that you can download for different games. And being able to do this, if you can just pick your phone up and play a game, it does take your mind off wanting a cigarette. It's what we call competing or alternate behaviours that seem to be great distractors, so you don't contribute to this bad behaviour. Another task that is quite helpful is for you to actually get out there and tell everyone that you are in an intervention to cease smoking. If you let all your friends and family know, they can give you positive reinforcement, such as praise, for every time they realise that you're not having a cigarette or that you've cut down so much. Just a simple smile and good on you, mate, or, it can really pick you up, and it can also show them that if you can do it, they can do it, and if it's something they want to do, maybe you can help them through an intervention themselves. They can also persuade you not to smoke, as such as if you walk outside to have a cigarette with them, the simple friendship just to say, mate, you've come so far, how about you don't do that? You're doing so well, keep going. Another thing that we came up with was, in order to see the difference you're making with this alternate behaviour use, was we collected a glass jar and we worked out from the baseline period how much each cigarette would cost my client. So if you work out on average a packet of cigarettes, depending on what brand you smoke and how many in the packet, is $20 to $30. Then in your baseline period, if you divide that by how many smokes on average you're having, you can work out the difference you were saving So say you buy a packet of 30 cigarettes and you divide the cost that the packet cost you by the 30 cigarettes, and through your intervention phase you manage to stick under your goals by 2 to 3 cigarettes per day. You take that money and you put it in a jar, and that way you can actually visualize the savings you're making. And it can also work as another prompt to stop you from smoking. You are getting somewhere, and it will help in the long run. I hope all these techniques, whether it takes you 4 weeks or 6 weeks, or whether you just give this one a try and it doesn't quite work out for you, but you give it a try in another 2 weeks or another month, you are getting towards quitting. So don't give up and keep trying. Thank you.